You're listening to the Intuitive Souls podcast. I am your host, Erica Russo, and this podcast is designed to educate, inspire, and enlighten. Let's wake up together. Hello, and welcome to the Intuitive Souls podcast. If this is your first time tuning in, welcome. I am so over the moon excited that the universe led you here. If you are an OG and you keep on coming back and you keep learning and growing and expanding and taking these conversations, taking these tips, these tools, and cultivating a happier, more spiritual life for yourself, I fucking love you. Thank you for listening. Thank you for being here. Thank you so much for your support. You guys make this so easy for me. If this podcast is helping you, I just have a quick favor to ask. If you can head on over to iTunes and write a review. Those reviews allow me to get this podcast to the ears that need to hear it. But before you go ahead and submit, make sure you take a screenshot or a picture or whatever and send it to me at hello@ericarusso.co, no M. And so I want to send you my soul alignment activation for free, just as a thank you, because I really do appreciate you guys taking the time out and doing that for me. So, God, what is going on? When I am recording this, what day is it? It is, oh my gosh, it's almost the middle of July. Where has this light? Oh my God, 2020. You need to chill out, man. So it's the middle of July right now. And I want to just let you guys know that the doors are closing at the end of the month for the Modern Mystic Society. The Modern Mystic Society is a monthly membership where you get access to 4 spiritual development circles. We focus on psychic and mediumship work. We just added a psychic detective circle, which is so much fun. I'm excited, and I love setting those up because it's so freaking awesome to see everyone get the same information. It's just crazy. I could talk for hours about the Modern Mystic Society, but I want to let you guys know that the doors are closing at the end of the month. There will be no more. It's closed. You won't be able to access it until I will probably open it back up March of 2021, and it is just. I just love it. We've gotten so many amazing new souls that have joined, and it's just so amazing for me personally to see them come to Circle, their first time in Circle, and then do a reading, and then they're their jaws drop, and they're like, oh my God, wow, this is actually a thing. I'm actually picking up psychic information. It's just amazing to see. It's one of my favorite things ever. So if you are interested, please head on over to my website, check that out. Again, this is not a commitment. You're not committed to this. If you try it for 1 month and it's just not for you, the times of the circles don't work, that's cool. Don't worry about it. You can always cancel your subscription. So there is that. Now, as you have seen in the title, this particular podcast, you could probably feel my pushback, but I knew I had to do this podcast. I knew I had to press record because there's just such a bigger lesson that came out of this for me, and I'm hoping that it comes out of it for you as well. So, you can hear it. I know that I'm feeling a little apprehensive, but it's all good. I know I'm going to push through it. I am clinging on to my lapis lazuli, and I'm just going to fucking say it. I don't even care. So a couple weeks ago, most of you probably know me on TikTok. Most of my stuff is intuitive exercises, and I try to stick within my niche. That's just what I do, but I have been seeing on my For You page a lot of those transformational videos where the girl, starts out with no makeup and then poof, she's a fucking bomb ass goddess. And I'm I want to do that. I want to do a I want to do one of those transitions, right? So I went ahead and did it. And I must say, the first thing, like when I watched the TikTok back before posting it, the first thing that came in to my mind was like, wow, I look pretty. Wow, I look pretty. You know, how hard is it? Just as women in general, okay? Like, because I'm sure the majority of people listening right now are women. How hard is it in general to say that to yourself? Wow, I look pretty. Wow, I feel good today. Wow, I look beautiful. It's hard, right? It's really hard to like, because you don't want to come off as conceited. You don't want to come off as like an arrogant bitch, whatever the case may be. But the thing is if you're going to just give yourself a compliment, that is not cocky. That is not conceited. Society and people want us to believe that, okay? We can sit here and we're so good at bashing ourselves and finding everything that's wrong with us and looking in the mirror and just nitpicking everything about our fucking bodies. But when it comes down to giving ourselves a compliment, why is it so fucking hard? Okay, so let's just start with that. So I posted it. And I also posted it on Instagram, and, you know, I got like a lot of women that were like, oh my God, you look so good. And it just made me feel really good about myself. You know, it made me feel really great about myself. And then of course, someone comes on and makes the comment, oh, this is a little egotistical. You know, I definitely think this is ego. I miss the old Erica. What? It's just a fucking 12-second TikTok. You know what I mean? And honestly, guys, I'm usually real good. Like, I don't give a shit about the haters. Like, as soon as I see that hateful, hurtful, fearful comment, I bless them and I block them and I don't think about it. Like, I'm really good when it comes to that. I did the same thing. I blessed them and I blocked them. That was it. And then they went to another platform and did another negative review. And I was just, it triggered something within me, guys. I don't know what, but I got pissed. You know, we don't, and here's the thing, guys. When I saw this negative review, I really got upset. Like, I really got upset, but, you know, I've been doing this long enough that I know that it was something within me that needed to be healed. There's something within me that, you know, this trigger showed me something that was still a fresh wound within me. And what I basically did was I sat with this irritation and I asked myself, why am I so upset over this? Why am I so hurt? And the truth is this, okay? My journey into loving my physical body and appearance was never easy, okay? I struggled with my weight and the way I looked for over a decade. Prior to that, there was a lot of ancestral family problems when it came to self-image and food. And there were years where I would avoid looking in the mirror. Like, I can't tell you, like, I think from 2011 to 2019, I just avoided the mirror at all costs. I didn't want to look at myself, even if I put makeup on and I straightened my hair and I looked good. I just didn't want to look in the mirror. And there were times where I would go months without putting makeup on and dressing up just to feel pretty and just to feel good about myself. I essentially gave up on myself. I was told by people that had a lot of influence around me that, like, you're a mom, that's it. You just sacrificed your whole life. You just sacrificed everything. That's your job now. You're a mom. You can't do anything for yourself. This is what I was told from other people that had influence over me. And that was it. And I just allowed other people to tell me, like, that was it. I was a mom. That's all I did. I just fucking breastfed my kids, you know, and that was it. I couldn't be anything else than that. And this was really hard for me to work through. Okay. No, I'm not, this is something that, and you can see, oh my gosh, like, nobody knows how hard I have worked on myself and the healing that I have done and the shadow work that I have endured. Nobody knows. Okay, I have been through some shit and I have really come out the other way. But sometimes the wound is still fresh. Sometimes it's something that you're still working on. And this is exactly why this was triggered. Okay? When I did this 12-second TikTok where I just literally like looked in the camera, put my hand up, and then boom, it was, I just had makeup on and my hair done and everything like this. It sounds cheesy, but this 12-second TikTok to me was an exercise in self-love. Okay? It was me coming out of the closet and learning to be comfortable in my own skin, in my own way. When I first watched it, like I said, the first thing I said was like, man, I look pretty. This was the first time ever I said those words to myself and meant them. That is why this comment so hurt. And I will be the first one to say, I use my mediumship and spiritual development as an excuse not to deal with my issues with self-love and compassion. I dove headfirst into building and growing my business to avoid healing my own relationship with food and body image. Okay? Make no mistake, our biggest critic will always be ourselves. My work with self-love and body image has been something I have kept quiet for some time. This was a shadow I needed to face alone, and once I was comfortable enough to speak openly about it, I would do it. This is something, that's the way I do my life. This is the way I do my podcast. Like, I work through things, and then once I'm comfortable enough to talk about it and to share it, because I know that my shadows and my healing can help others as well, I talk about it. And that's how I heal. I share. But I need to go through it first, and I was still going through it, and then this comment happened, so I just figured to do this episode, talk about this subject before I'm ready. Because sometimes that's what Spirit wants you to do. Sometimes we just have to dive in before we're ready, and that's it. Because once I sat with this and I was really thinking about this, because this happened a couple weeks ago, 2 weeks ago, a week and a half ago or whatever, I knew even when I was sitting with this and I was questioning it and I was like, basically coaching myself through this, I knew I had to do a podcast episode about this because I know there's someone listening that needs to hear this. I know that there's somebody else that is, maybe went through a similar thing, maybe, and I need to talk about it. And just because I'm definitely not 100% comfortable talking about this right now, but it definitely helps knowing I have full faith that this is getting to the ears that need to hear it, okay? So I also need to acknowledge the fact that this problem, this self-love problem, self-image problem, this weight problem is extremely deep-rooted and ancestral. All of the women in my bloodline have struggled with this problem in their own personal way, to the extent of some of the cases resulting in hospital stays, cardiac episodes, extreme anorexia and bulimia. So as you can see, this problem with self-love and loving your body unconditionally and self-image is a problem. Okay, and it's not just my problem. This is a problem with every female in my family. Deep-rooted problems like this that are passed down from generation to generation are not going to be fixed overnight. Healing these types of wounds takes time, patience, and a lot of inner work. And it also takes you standing up and realizing that this shit stops with me. This shit stops with me. This is not going to be passed down to my children. It ends here. You have to be strong about it, okay? This is these sorts of problems that are just passed down. They're just so powerful because they just keep on going from generation to generation. You have to be the one that stops it. It's just, oh my God, like it's just so crazy. It's just absolutely insane. And, I am not one, and this is just like, as you can tell, like, I'm just at a loss for words, because it just still, to this day, it's just like, we have to remember, guys, that what we know about people is only what they allow us to know. We do not know the conversations they have with themselves every single day. We do not know the mountains they are climbing, the battles they are facing. We do not know everyone's whole story. That is why I choose kindness. It's not that hard. We should not be basing opinions upon people because of a fucking 12-second TikTok, or maybe they came off in a Instagram post as cocky or conceited. That's all you know about them. Okay, think about it. If you're going to base a judgment off of an Instagram post or a Facebook post or whatever, and label them egotistical or cocky or whatever the case may be, you have no clue the voice inside their head. You have absolutely no clue the voice inside their head. Think about it, guys. Seriously, let's look at the stars like Demi Lovato and Julia Michaels and Selena Gomez. From what we see of the pictures and the beautiful lifestyles that they have, they should be happy as all hell. They should be content and living a beautiful life. But they're battling bipolar depression. They're battling bulimia. They're battling drug addiction. We only know what people allow us to know. Okay? So please choose kindness. Please. It's none of our fucking business what other people do. It's not. Someone else's opinion of me is none of my business, honestly. But I believe the trigger was, for me, was that, okay, they said something. Okay, that's fine, whatever, that's your opinion, bless and block you. But then going and taking the energy and effort to go to another platform to write your hate and your fear, it's like, you have no clue. You have no clue how I speak to myself. You have no clue how much effort that took me to post that. Okay? Choose kindness. Choose kindness. And as for me and my self-love journey, I am definitely feeling more at peace with how I look, and I am becoming more comfortable with calling myself beautiful and pretty, and I practice mirror work often, and if you have ever experienced mirror work, it's not easy. It's definitely not easy. It's super uncomfortable, but it's extremely powerful. If you're interested in learning more about mirror work, I highly suggest Googling Louise Hay mirror work. There should be enough resources there for you to get started with that, but it has really helped me. I know that true beauty comes from within us, and that it is a person's soul and their intentions that outweigh exterior looks. But when you have had this battle your whole life, and it's been deep rooted within you, it's very hard to remember that, okay? And as far as TikTok transformations and posting them, honestly, to be completely honest, it made me feel good. It made me feel good about myself. It made me feel pretty. And the comments that I got made me feel really good about myself. There's nothing wrong with that. There's absolutely nothing wrong with that. And there are some days that my makeup job is just so fucking good that I need to share it. So I will continue sharing my journey in hopes that it helps someone along theirs. I am by no means, guys, Beyonce status when it comes to confidence, but I will be goddamned if I allow one negative comment to stop me from sharing my light and my healing and my truth with the world. Okay? So if you are like me and you are learning to love yourself unconditionally without any borders, I see you. If you are a mom who has avoided your own reflection, I see you. If you are someone who is learning to heal their relationship with food, I see you. You're not alone. This is something that so many women struggle with. You are doing better than what you give yourself credit for. I promise you that. okay? We have to lift each other up. We have to talk about this journey into self-love, healing these wounds. This is something that needs to be spoken about because honestly, it's a problem. I know I'm not the only one. And this is why I'm doing this podcast episode, because I know that this is getting crazy. Women should not be bashing other women on the internet because they post a video transformation. And yes, if you look at my Instagram and if you look at my TikTok, most of it's spiritual, most of it's intuitive exercises. I like to stick in that little realm, but like the one fucking time I do a transformation, this is what happens? Like, come on. Let's rise each other up. Let's be each other's fucking cheerleaders. We don't need any more women bashing other women. We need to come together and we need to talk about the things that we have problems with, like learning to love ourselves and to call ourselves pretty and to give ourselves compliments. I can't tell you how many times I work with my one-on-one clients, and a big thing that I have been doing is talking about self-love. As soon as I say self-love, they cringe. I mean, it's cute. It's really cute, but they cringe. And I sit there, and this is something that you should do with a friend that maybe has the same problems. This is a super powerful, powerful exercise, okay? I want you to put a timer on your phone for 1 minute, and it's basically what I call a gratitude or a self-love rampage, where you sit there and for that minute, you allow your friend to say nice things for you. And all you can do is sit there and surrender to them. That's all you can do. You can't say anything. You just have to take each and every compliment that they give you. And at the end, you do it for them. That's how we're going to raise ourselves up, by speaking our truth, by opening up our throat chakra and giving ourselves the love that we deserve and giving ourselves the love that we so easily give out to others. Let's give it back to ourselves. Okay? And again, guys, this self-love, self-image thing for me, I'm still healing it. I'm still healing it, you know? But trust me when I tell you, it's a lot. I'm at a much better place mentally and emotionally than I was last year when it came to self-love and self-image. I'm actually I actually booked a coaching session with an Ayurvedic teacher. I'm really super excited about it. I'm hoping, I'm really super excited about it. But here's the thing, guys. I am going to start really diving into my wellness journey. I am really putting a lot of effort into healing my relationship with food and my image, because enough is enough. Because enough is enough. I'm seeing the older women in my family still struggle with this, and it's just like I don't want to keep doing this. This is exhausting. I'm doing this for the future females in my family. I'm doing this for myself. I'm doing this for my kids, and I'm doing it for all women because I am so sick and tired of not complimenting myself. I'm so sick and tired of questioning, should I post this, or should I post this picture of myself? Is this too much? It shouldn't matter. It shouldn't matter. As long as you're uplifting and inspiring and helping someone else, that's all that matters. We shouldn't worry about it. We should not worry about how others are going to tear us apart and say that we're egotistical and everything along those lines. That should never even come into our mind when we're trying to help and inspire ourselves and others. Like, it just shouldn't happen. So here is what I'm going to tell you guys. I am starting my journey into healing my relationship with food and healing my body and giving myself the temple that I want. You know, our bodies are temples, and I'm going to be working on that, and I'm going to be sharing it with you guys because I want to, because I know that it will help, because I know that there's somebody out there that needs maybe some motivation. So, I'll be doing some check-ins here and there, and I'll be documenting it on TikTok and Instagram and everything because I'm ready to share it. Because I know I'm ready to share it. I'm ready to share it. And even if there is resistance, we have to remember that divine timing is divine timing. And it just so happens, it's just so funny. First off, all of this shit goes down, and then all of the sudden, this one person on TikTok keeps on coming into my For You page, and I like her content, and I like her mission, and I love what she's doing. And so I started following her, and then I was like, one of her videos came, and it just came at the exact time that I needed to hear it. And I was like, okay, I need to work with this girl. So I went ahead and I booked a session. This is the Ayurvedic teacher, and I'm really excited about it. It's going to happen not this week, but the week after. And I'm going to share with you about it because I'm really interested in it. But I'll share her information later on because I don't want to go and say her name and everything like that if she's not comfortable with that. So yeah, that's just kind of how it is. So there were other signs as well that made me realize, okay, you know what? Maybe I need to start opening up about it. Maybe I need to start talking about my journey into self-love and my weight and my body image, because I just know I have to. Because I don't think you guys don't know this, but when I talk about these things and when I share these things, there's so much healing that comes to me when I open up about it. It's very hard for me to open up. It's very hard for me to open up. I'm an Aquarius. I'm very reserved for the most part, believe it or not. It's very hard for me to talk about my feelings. And I've realized, the year and a half that I've had this podcast, when I share the things that I'm learning that help me, that I've overcome, that my fails, my wins, it really does help me. So thank you guys for listening. Thank you guys for being there. I love each and every one of you. I cannot wait to share this journey. I cannot wait to just, I'm ready for it. And I hope you guys are. I love you guys, and have a wonderful, wonderful week.